I'm Emmeline Hannelly. I am the Welfare Education Manager at the British Horse Society. I've worked there for 16 years and it's been fantastic to be working with Nottingham Trent University on this new project. This new module, which has been completely focused on the students being one of my team members' job role, which is a BHS Welfare Education Coordinator. We looked at all the different topics that we thought would be really good for the students to get involved with, and equine respiratory health is definitely an important issue for horses' welfare, so we thought that would be a great starting point for the students this year.
So the main aim of the project was to create online content, so refresh the online content for the BHS.
You either got the choice of like making a physical storyboard or designing a video or like making models towards it. So our group decided to choose like videos and like make individual clips out of it.
I'm Simon Elliott from Diversity. I was the marketing mentor on the project. I run a digital marketing agency, do a lot of video and content production, so I was brought in to support the team with working on how to create videos, do storyboarding, think about how they lay out their content, and I also have horses as well, so it was quite a well-suited project for me.
I think working in hand with like professionals in the industry was really, really good. It really opened our eyes and like broadened horizons to what we have to do and what will be expected. It gave us a lot of confidence in our own abilities and realised that it's not as scary as it might seem when you go out into the world a bit more. So.
It was a great networking opportunity. You know, we got the opportunity to work with different classmates, with the British Horse Society themselves. It was really good.
We found out that we worked really well as a team because we're friends anyway, and we found that we've learnt a lot more knowledge about the topic of equine respiratory health.
The students' engagement throughout they were so enthusiastic, asking us loads of questions, really getting involved with their team projects, seeing all the portfolios handed in as their end work. The whole team, we were bowled away by the high quality, the standard, the ideas that we're seeing here this evening. It's just been a really positive experience, and we just want to say a massive thank you to all the students for their dedicated work on this project, and yeah, looking forward to seeing the outcome.
Yeah, I'm really excited actually. I'd love to see how everyone's ideas came together and how it all works out in the end.
We're excited to see who's won because we've all put a lot of work into it as a group.
The work the students all put in was fantastic. Some very different concepts as well, so it was nice to see the kind of creativity coming through. So yeah, really looking forward to see the end output.
Hello, I'm Wheezy. The lovely folk at British Horse Society invited me to raise awareness all about the respiratory health of the horse. This is my good friend, Snuffly.
Hi Wheezy.
Oh, what's the matter, Snuffly?
Well, I've been feeling a little under the weather recently, Wheezy. Achoo!
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but I think I might know why. Firstly, let's take a look at how the respiratory system is affected. As a horse breathes in, air is taken in through the nostrils, where dust and microbes can enter. This dusty air moves down through the trachea towards the lungs.
The trachea is also known as the windpipe.
That's right. From here, the air passes through two branches called the bronchi, into the bronchioles, and then the alveoli air sacs that allow oxygen and carbon dioxide to pass through into the blood, where it can be used all around the body. And this is what a horse's bronchiole should look like. But when the dust particles get into the lungs, they cause inflammation, which narrows the airway, and then we can't get enough oxygen. Horses need large amounts of oxygen, especially when exercising.
What causes respiratory diseases, Wheezy?
Well, dust, which may be found in stables, is a common cause. Then there's pollen, from all the flowers, grasses and trees. There's the manar surfaces, usually made up with sand, and so, during exercise, this is kicked around and is worse in indoor arenas or when the weather is drier.
Wetting the sand also helps remove as much dust as possible, especially in the summer. What about adding rubber to the surface?
Well, research has found that rubber chips have high levels of respirable dust. So, that may not be the solution to the problem. Poor quality forage and bedding has been linked to high levels of mould and bacteria. It is important that our owners use good quality hay and bedding throughout the year. It should also be stored in a cool, dry barn. You should remove us from the stables when mucking out to prevent us from inhaling the ammonia caused by urine. Finally, there is airborne waste. This includes fumes from industrial plants and cars.
What's the signs for respiratory disease?
You may have discharge from your nose, which can be thick or thin and can be clear, straw-coloured, yellow or green, but it should never be bloody. Also, increased coughing, which can be made worse with exercise. Then, there's the heave line. This shows we're using our abdomen to breathe and force the air through the narrow passageways.
Oh, that sounds scary, Wheezy. It's important a vet's called. Achoo!
Dust and microbes enter through the nostrils, causing you to sneeze.
So, what can you do to make sure that we're in tip-top shape?
You can steam or soak our hay for between 10 to 30 minutes, which can reduce dust particles by 93%. It should be fed immediately and not left to stand. Otherwise, this will encourage the growth of fungi and bacteria. A good tip, where appropriate, hay lids can be fed to some horses, as this is wrapped rather than being left open, reducing fungal spores. Clearing the muck off the fields will help to kill bacteria and fungi, and keeping us indoors when the pollen is high at dusk and dawn will help too. To reduce the bacteria and fungi, locate the muck heap away from the barn and water sources.
That keeps them pesky flies away too.
Ventilating the stable allows airborne particles, ammonia, moisture and heat to escape. Getting as much time out of pasture helps improve respiratory health. Some horses need a little extra help to breathe well. Vets may give us medication and inhalers. It's important that you always seek medical advice from a trained professional if you're worried. Ooh, that cobweb was hard to reach. Thanks for listening. If you'd like any more information on how to keep your horse's respiratory system healthy, visit bhs.org.uk/respiratory health.